Hello everyone, it's Sandra. Welcome to today's video. I thought I would get ready using some new makeup that I've been testing out and kind of let you know my thoughts. The new foundation that I wanted to use for this video is not a new foundation in the sense that it's a new product, but it's a new to me product. It's the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation. This is an oil-free gel foundation and it has been on my wish list to try for literal years. This even made it in one of the best of beauty roundups that I do with my friend Dina. She really likes this foundation. I finally have been trying it. I've been using it for the last month and I can let you know what I think. I have this in the shade Camomile, which is the depth matches my skin tone, but the undertone is a bit too golden. While I can certainly make it work, especially in the summertime, it's not my ideal color match. And the one shade lighter than this was too pink, the one shade darker than this was too dark. It's not a big issue because this is a very sheer foundation. It's a light coverage foundation, very much a your skin but better type of foundation. What I like about it is that it actually does last nicely on the skin. It wears beautifully throughout the day. It doesn't make me more greasy or oily, and it's very, very imperceptible on the skin. You can go up really close with a mirror and it just sits on the skin really beautifully. It's a great product if you don't like the look of makeup on your skin. In terms of where it stands with my favorites, I just have foundations that I like better than this. I like it, but I'm not like over the moon obsessed with it or anything like that. The jar packaging, I understand why it's in a jar because it is quite it's like a thick cream, so you can't really put it in a pump bottle. It's too thick for that. And then if you put it in a squeezy tube, maybe it would get clogged. I don't love the jar packaging though. I can just feel like it's so easy to accidentally knock it over one day. Those are kind of the two main negatives for me. The shade range isn't as refined as I would have liked, and the packaging isn't my favorite type of packaging for a foundation. So I just put a bit of the foundation on the palm of my hand and I'm going to tweak the color a little bit using a trick that I learned from Mariah. She did a video where she took a little bit of a green color corrector to mix with her foundation to give the foundation a bit of an olive undertone. And I've been using this trick with this Exa Color Corrector and I've really been enjoying this. Another YouTuber that I really like to watch, Hannah Louise Poston, she recently did a video comparing a whole bunch of different green color correctors at different price points. So if you are somebody with a more olive undertone, or if you are somebody with a lot of redness in your skin that you are looking to cancel out, highly recommend watching that video to get a bit more insight on what a green color corrector can do for you. I'm just taking the smallest amount of the green, like literally just a dot. I don't want to overdo it and turn myself into Kermit the Frog. It's just going to help tweak the undertone just a little bit. This foundation is a light coverage foundation, so I can make it work even if I don't have a perfect color match. If I'm just doing a sheer layer of the product on my skin, it will blend out and look flattering. But by the time we're done, it doesn't set quickly, so you do have a lot of time to work with it. Sometimes I apply with fingers, sometimes I apply with a brush. It blends out really easily. Out of the foundations that I've tried, I would liken this formula the most to the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation. But it's a bit easier to work with. Sometimes Neo Nude didn't sit as nicely on my skin as this does. So this formula seems to agree better with my skin. So that is the foundation on my skin. As you can see, it's just a very light coverage, very skin-like, beautiful foundation. I'm going to use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I use this in shade 4.5. This is not a new concealer. It's a concealer that I've loved for a while. For the rest of my face, I'm using my Lancome Teint Idole Concealer. This also helps even out the yellow. I use this in shade 215, which is more of a neutral tone. The next new base product that I've been loving is the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder in shade 3 Voile Rose, and I bought this as an under eye setting powder because I recently used up my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder and I was in the mood for something new. One of the makeup artists that I follow on Instagram mentioned this as one of her favorite powders to set and brighten the under eye area. I used one of these powders before a long time ago, many years ago, when they only had like one shade available and it was like green and purple tones in there, and it was a mattifying powder designed to kind of, you know, help your face look less sallow. It was fine. It wasn't like the best powder I had ever used, but I haven't really thought about Givenchy powders. Now they have a more robust shade range, and the makeup artist, her name is Melissa Herkman. I will have her Instagram below, and I'll link to the video about her powders below. She did mention that if you do have a light to medium skin tone, shade 3 is a good shade to use. And the tones in this powder are pink and peachy. The packaging is very chic. It's very Givenchy, very sculptural. The powder is fragranced, so the fragrance is quite strong. If you are somebody that's sensitive to fragrance, I would recommend you stay far away from this because it does have, it's like a very floral perfumey type of scent. The powder itself is stunning and it's such a gorgeous under eye brightening powder. I just take my little Wayne Goss brush and I gently tap it under the eyes to set. I do have to say I like it a little bit better than the Pat McGrath under eye powder, and I loved the Pat McGrath under eye powder. Ever so slightly more finely milled, and the fact that it's loose, you get a bit more control in regards to how much product you're picking up. You can pick up less product, and it just sets the under eye area so beautifully. It does have very light reflecting particles in it, kind of like the Laura Mercier Secret brightening powder, but not as shimmery as that one. It's really great if you want to just help blur and brighten the under eye area. Sometimes, you know, if I want a bit more blurring and brightening, I take a little bit of this powder just to brighten the center of my face as well. And I just take my little Beautyblender powder puff and I really just work it into the powder puff and then just very gently press. It's very much a brightening powder, but it's very flattering on the skin. It's finely milled. It doesn't make my skin look dry at all. You know, I don't do this all the time, but sometimes if I want a little extra brightening action, I will apply it with my powder puff. But I have to say I'm really enjoying this powder. It's really beautiful, especially under the eyes. The other base product I wanted to just briefly mention that I've tried a few times, it was very buzzed about. I received it in PR, and it's the Jones Road What the Foundation Moisture Tint. I have it in shade Beige, which is actually a really good color match for me. I don't mind it. Like I don't hate it. I'll definitely be using it more in the winter time. It's definitely not a product that somebody with more combination oily skin can reach for in the summertime. In the winter, my skin is a little bit more dry, so I think I will suit this product better. But it's nice. I just don't understand why it was so hyped up. It was so hyped up, especially on TikTok. I feel like for the entire month of May, this is the only base product I heard people talk about on that app, and it was like a brilliant study in marketing. So for me, it was interesting to examine it from that point of view. But as a beauty enthusiast checking out this product, this is not a revolutionary product by any means. It's a tinted moisturizer. So it's a tinted moisturizer in a jar. The reason it's in a jar is because it is thicker. So, you know, a typical tinted moisturizer that comes in a squeezy tube, think of it as, you know, like a moisturizer lotion, whereas this is like a thick face cream type of tinted moisturizer. So that's why it's in a jar. It contains a lot of oils, a lot of waxes, essential oils. It smells like ginger and lavender. It smells like essential oils. But it actually looks really beautiful on the skin. Very minimal coverage. I would almost liken it to the Chanel water tint. So the Chanel water tint is a water-based skin tint, and then this is an oil-based skin tint, essentially. I think if you have dry skin and if you hate the look of makeup on your face, you just want something just barely there to help even out your skin tone, but it will leave you with a glow that makes you look like you just finished doing your skincare routine, this would be a great product to check out. For me, it's just not enough on its own. I mean, it does feel a bit tacky on the skin. It feels like my skin just, like, it literally makes your skin look and feel like you just finished doing a nice moisturizing skincare routine, which is a nice look. But for me, you know, I have oily combination skin, and throughout the day, my natural oils also come out to play. So when I did use this, I wanted to show you, you know, on the screen a little demonstration of how it looks like on the skin. Very, very, you know, imperceptible. You can't really tell that you have makeup on. And I did have to use a little bit of concealer and a little bit of powder to just make myself feel comfortable with it, but it actually wore really nicely throughout the day. Sure, I will be giving this more love in the winter, but if you have a similar skin type to me, you can skip this. This is not for us. But if you're somebody with more mature skin, if you're somebody with more dry skin, and again, you don't like the look of makeup on your skin, you just want like a little something to even out your skin tone, and that gives you that fresh, I just finished doing my skincare routine kind of glow, you might enjoy this. The next product that I wanted to mention that I've been absolutely smitten with is the Makeup by Mario Softsculpt Skin Enhancer in shade Light Medium. I bought this because it just seemed like the perfect everyday easy product to throw on my face in the summertime, and I've been loving it. It's a very gorgeous, sheer, balmy hybrid between like a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of contour, a little bit of a highlight. So it's really, really beautiful. This product is so easy to work with. It essentially blends itself. Tap it in, and it's very sheer. It's a great product to use if you are a no makeup girl, if you like a tinted moisturizer, skin tint, the Chanel water tint, the Fenty skin tint. This pairs so beautifully with it because it just genuinely looks like your skin but better. So right now I'm just going to apply it on half of my face. This is a great product to also kind of bridge the gap between a fair face and neck, and then if you have a little bit of a tan on your body, this kind of helps make everything more cohesive without having to use fake tan or anything like that. It just gives you like a little bit of sculpting, a little bit of warmth, and a little bit of a natural glow because it does have a dewy finish, but it's not sticky or heavy at all. It hasn't broken me out. It doesn't make me more oily throughout the day. It actually just wears really, really nicely. So I've been loving this. So you can see I have it on one side of my face and I don't have it on the other side. So now I'm gonna even it out. I love how easy it is to use. Like you don't have to think about it. And sometimes on, you know, on an everyday basis, if I'm just, you know, quickly throwing my everyday makeup on, sometimes I don't want to bust out my cream contour, my cream bronzer, my cream highlight. So I can just reach for this product and it kind of does the work of all three. So you can't really build it up past this, which is why I would not recommend using this with more full coverage foundations. If you're doing a more full coverage glam look, then, you know, then I would bust out my separate contour stick, my separate cream bronzer. Those products tend to have a bit more pigment, and those will give you more impact. For, you know, a special occasion or for more of a glam look, this is just everyday, easy, glowy summer goodness. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. I've been so pleasantly surprised by it. I look forward to using it every day. They also have a powder that they launched that you're supposed, it's like a light sheer glowy powder bronzer you can use on top. I did not buy that. I'm not going to use a separate powder bronzer on top. I'm just going to go in with a powder blush, and I'm just using the Fleurtatious blush by Pat McGrath. For the eyes, I'm priming my eyes just a little bit because I'm going to be using a liquid eyeshadow today that requires a primer so that it doesn't crease all over the place. I will put just a little bit of this MAC Soft Brown eyeshadow in the crease just so I have something in the crease. Okay, so eyeshadow topper number 1. I received this from Chantecaille and I love this. It is a beautiful, beautiful highlighter and eyeshadow topper. It's the Sunbeam Cheek and Eye shade in the shade Ray. This is a new limited edition product, part of their summer collection, and it's the same formula as their luminescent eye shades, but it's a little bit more toned down. It's not as hardcore glittery metallic because this is also, you know, you're also meant to be able to use this on your face as a highlighter if you want to. Now, personally, I don't like this as a highlighter just because I'm not into the super, super blingy powder highlights. But if you are, this is a gorgeous, impactful highlight. The tone is so stunning. I just really love this as an eyeshadow topper. Applied with fingers, it gives me the perfect amount of impact, but in the most refined and chic way, which is what Chantecaille does best, in my opinion. Like, there's no chunky glitter, and it's a very, very easy to work with. They call it a baked gelée formula, but it's like sheer layers of shimmer, tightly pressed together, no fallout. And it's very, very flattering. It's such a beautiful multi-dimensional color. It's a little bit bronzy, a little bit gold, a little bit rosy. It's incredibly flattering on the eyelids, and it's such an easy, everyday type of shadow that just takes things up a notch. Here is a swatch of the Chantecaille Sunbeam Cheek and Eye shade. This is just a lighter swatch of it. This would give you an idea, a better idea of what this would look like if used as a highlighter at the tops of the cheeks. If I want a little bit more of a kick, a little bit more glitter, these two liquid eyeshadows from Exa have been really, really beautiful, really fun for summer. And if you like the look of the Rowan cream eyeshadow quads, those glittery cream eyeshadows, this is very similar to that. It gives a very similar effect, but a more sheer version of that because they are in a liquid base as opposed to a cream base. So I have two shades here. The full name of the product is the Light Show Color Melt, and I have a rose gold shade called Slumber Party and a really fun green gold shift called Roller Rink. So here they are swatched on my hand. This is Roller Rink. It kind of reminds me of Club eyeshadow by MAC. Really, really fun. And then this is Slumber Party. Using them as a shadow topper, I actually embrace that translucency of it. I like the fact that it's not just like an opaque deposit of pigment. You can build them up. The brand recommends if you do want that intense block of shine, you just apply a thin layer, wait for it to dry, then apply another thin layer. So you can build it up in thin layers. I personally just like to do a single thin layer as an eyeshadow topper. And I filmed Roller Rink yesterday when I did my makeup. So you can see what this Roller Rink shade looks like on top of the Chantecaille eye shade. So yesterday on the eyes, I'm wearing the exact same makeup I'm wearing today, except I did the Roller Rink as a top coat. Today, I'm going to use Slumber Party, which is the rose gold. And I just tap it on, kind of focusing it on the center of the eyelid. They do crease a little. They don't crease as much as the Rowan eyeshadows, but I do experience some creasing. but they don't, you know, the glitter doesn't really migrate. The lasting power is pretty decent. I heard on one of the beauty podcasts that I listened to, I can't remember exactly which one, but it was either Fat Mascara, Breaking Beauty, or Full Coverage. Those are the three main beauty podcasts I listen to. I heard that the new KVD tattoo gel liners were essentially the same as the old Marc Jacobs gel liners. I got the shade Axinite Brown, which is the most similar to the Marc Jacobs brown. I can't remember if it was called Brownie or Brown Out. The formula of this is the same as the matte Marc Jacobs gel liners, but where this product falls short is in the color range. The beauty of the Marc Jacobs gel liners was the color range. You had a variety of finishes to choose from. There was a metallic, there was a matte, there was a shimmer. Even if you wanted a brown eyeliner, you had like 6 different browns to choose from. In this KVD liner range, obviously it's a new product, so the color range is a lot more condensed and the finishes are only matte. So in terms of brown, this is the only brown liner that they had, and it's a very warm brown. My favorite brown liner from Marc Jacobs was the color Earthquake, which was a darker cool toned brown. So this particular brown is not like the Earthquake shade. This is more similar to that brownie shade from Marc Jacobs, but in terms of formula, it performs just as good. At least on my eyes, from my experience, I have no complaints. It applies just as nicely, it lasts just as long in my waterline and all that good stuff. So I am enjoying it. It's the same type of pencil. Like you just twist it up. It's like a plastic container. You twist it up. This does not have a sharpener at the end. The old Marc Jacobs pencils used to have a little sharpener that you could use to sharpen the tip. This does not have a sharpener. So if you do want a sharper tip, your only solution would be to just kind of wear it down at an angle yourself. But it's a really beautiful waterproof gel liner that sets quickly, so you need to work fast, especially if you're using it on your upper lash line. But it's a great product, especially for summer. Definitely needs an oil-based makeup remover to take it off. And I can't even remember the last time I used black liner. I'm just very much committed to brown liners. Moving on to lips, I do have the Victoria Beckham 02 lip liner. If you've already watched my last favorites video, you will know that I've been loving this. Such a great lip liner, so good for every day, perfect amount of soft sculpting. If you want to see how this compares with my other favorite lip liners, definitely check out my last favorites video because I did some comparison swatches. If you're somebody that likes to overline and sculpt the lips, this color is so perfect for that. It's almost like perfect lip contour shade. And for lipstick, this is another product from the Chantecaille summer collection, and I'm so in love with it. If you like Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief lipstick, you will really like this. They are very similar. This is just a hint darker than Kitten Mischief. And this is in the Lip Tint Hydrating Balm formula from Chantecaille. It's not as thick and shiny as the Lip Chic formula, but it's more moisturizing. It's really lightweight. It's a perfect amount of pigment for like an everyday My Lips But Better type of shade. This is in the color Marigold. If you have the same type of lipstick color and formula preferences that I do, if you like the Chantecaille Lip Chics, if you like the Surratt Lip Sleeks, if you like the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief luxuriously lucent lip formula, you will really like this. And out of everything that I have, this particular color, the Chantecaille Marigold, is most similar to Kitten Mischief. So this is Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief, and then this is Chantecaille Marigold. The Chantecaille has a little bit more sheen to it. I also ordered a Victoria Beckham lip gloss when I bought the lip pencil. The lip glosses are a relatively new launch for the Victoria Beckham brand. I think initially the brand only launched 4 lip gloss shades, all very much neutrals, and then they added 4 other shades for summer. So this came part of that second summer drop, and it's the shade Picante, which was described as a peachy pink. And I have to say this was a little bit of a letdown. I don't hate it, I like it, but it's not what I was expecting it to be. Given the name, you know, Picante, and then the shade description, a peachy pink, I was expecting this to be a sheer, juicy peachy pink that I can just throw on, but it's a lot more milky than that. So it's not a sheer peachy pink, it's a milky peachy pink. So I personally cannot wear this by itself. When I wear this by itself, it's not the look that I like on myself. It definitely needs a lip liner and maybe a lipstick underneath. So it's a really gorgeous, milky, peachy pink gloss. It just needs that support. It's not what I was expecting, but I still really enjoy it. In terms of formula, it is an excellent lip gloss formula. Really, really comfortable, easy to wear. It has a little bit of a smoothing capability, so it doesn't completely plump out my lips. I mean, my lips are, you know, naturally have, you know, little lines through them, but it does help smooth them a little bit. So this is the finished look. Perfect amount of gleam, a little touch of glitter. Without the glitter, it would be a perfect daytime work appropriate look. With a little bit of glitter, I'm ready to go for a night out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what new products you have been checking out, anything new that you've got. We'll be chatting in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.